up, peeps? It's your girl, Dash. Come back to Real Takes. Well, it's that time, guys. It's reaction time, and this is the Secret Invasion. This will be for episode 2, titled Promises. Now, the first episode really set a tone. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Nick's going to deal with this, as they say, rebel leader, Gravik. Seeing how just evil he was at the end of that episode, and that's, of course, seeing the scene of Hill losing her life, you know, hence of course her thinking she's talking to Nick Fury and it actually was Gravik. I was not expecting that, especially when the Increst came and talking about special guests. I was just like, really? I'm like, after all the movies and shows she's been in, this, you know, had to happen to her. I love the actress, so that part really was just so sad and unfortunate. Of course, seeing, like I stated in my review the last time, you know, thinking that we're seeing Agent Ross come to find us a Skrull, trying to see how much information this one individual has, and then Talos having to find a way to get to them because clearly they reported back they're trying to keep this information. Because when you think about the overall story being where Nick Fury and Talos back in the day had discussed, you know, being their allies, that they wanted, you know, to have their own planet, and it's been over 30 years, nothing has happened. So now they're like, you know what, since you haven't given us, you know, what you promised us, we're gonna take Earth. So that's kind of, you know, what I got from that show, truly from the first episode with some of the discussions throughout. I like how we do meet Talos' daughter, Gaia. That's very interesting, and in knowing what happened to her mother, and how she, you know, definitely lashed out at her father, but it was just like he kind of checked her, like, you know, you want to know, ask the man that you work for, the guy you work for. You know, they're the reason she did. I don't know if we'll ever get to see maybe a little bit of a backstory with how that came to be. We might. That would be nice, but this is only 6 episodes, so I seriously doubt that. But definitely more discussion about that, where he's kind of fleshing out exactly how it actually happened. As you know, I wanted to know more about that aspect of it. But knowing how she feels now, knowing a little bit more, and kind of trying to help him, you know. But you can, I have a feeling with Gravik, excuse me, he, you know, seeing him watching her talking to the new, you know, Skrull who showed up, you know, at the camp, you know, you never know. He might kind of feel like she might still have a soft spot and probably use that to his advantage. But she did let him know that yes, you know, he knows you all will be there. That's very interesting on that. But also just seeing how they were to Nick Fury, like, you know, you sure you want to do this? You coming back, you know, ever since, you know, that snap, you know, you haven't been the same. Hill said it, you know, other people have made a comment to it, you know. So I'm going to see where we did see that little quick flashback of it. So they might, you know, harbor a little bit on that, and I can kind of see that being true. So yes, this first episode was so good. I'm really looking forward to the remainder of this season. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into it. See if there's some thoughts from you guys.
I'm Nick Fury. Been riding the desk for the past 6 years, trying to figure out where our future enemies are coming from. Shapeshifters.
We can't trust anyone, not even our own men.
They won't be safe here.
I'd like you to meet someone. This is Gravik.
Oh.
Gravik?
His parents were killed in the last stand against the Kree. He escaped from behind enemy lines, piloted a ship all on his own. He is smart, Fury.
You know it's very dangerous.
I'm not afraid.
I can see you're not. Ever since you rephrased that, almost ever since I met Talos, I believed that humans and Skrulls can help each other. While you work to keep my home safe, Carol Danvers and I will find you a new one. Thank you, Sorry.
I'm an American! I'm an American!
Tell me something I don't know about the destruction of Skrulls.
They're here.
Who's here?
All of us.
You lied to me. Hey, we were being hunted across the universe. I had two choices. I could let my people be annihilated or summon them here. What happens when the host disappears? Huh? Because you were gone. And I didn't think you were coming back. I really didn't. And you know what? And when you did come back, there was no talking to you about anything. Skrulls and humans can coexist here on Earth. Humans can't coexist with each other, Talos. You've been here long enough to know that. We've been at war with each other since we could walk upright. Oh my God. Died in Moscow. We were there trying to stop the attack. Someone set a trap.
I don't know what Maria died for out there, but whatever it was, don't let it be for nothing.
Operation in Moscow, killing at least 2,000 civilians.
One suspect is currently in custody, identified as a leading member of the online fringe group Americans Against Russia.
They're all saying you had something to do with Moscow. But I call bull on that. There's no way that Moscow attack was committed by Americans.
You know I could have killed him if I wanted to. You don't punish a man by giving him what he wants. You just get me to the council meeting. Members of the council!
Seems someone didn't get the suggested time.
Mishkin pik skrolos, pilchorakish. Udrikag makel mekik.
We need a single commander whose war power is total and unchecked. God. Therefore, I nominate Gravik to the post of Skrull General.
Gravik has changed.
Oh, son's dead.
I know. But if you can't keep it together, you will not walk out alive.
Surely.
Havoc has given me multiple locations for the harvest, all of them empty.
Respectfully, Prime Minister, I can't take the authenticity of Russian supplied photos at face value. However, I will be more than happy to have them analyzed at our facilities at Hanging. Until such time as you can present an actual shred of evidence to back those concerns up, I'm afraid sensitivity is all you're going to be getting from us.
I was there trying to stop the attack.
Oh, well, excellent job at that, by the way. 2,000 dead so far. Number will probably triple once they clear all the rubble.
So how long have you known about them?
About 15 years ago, I was part of an eyes-only top-secret presentation.
We're being invaded, and we can't even tell who the invaders are. Moscow was just the beginning. Job was protecting the planet.
We protect the planet by protecting our seat at the table.
Am I forgetting who helped you get your seat?
Oh, no, he did.
Oh, so I owe you now? Is that it?
We owe each other.
And to tell him without any reservation that he's fired. That's what this moment right here, right now is about me. That mess that you created in Moscow that resulted in getting one of our best people murdered, you earned all this smoke, brother.
Oh!
I'm Nick Fury. Even when I'm out, I'm in.
I know that's right, bro.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm taking over. Well, now that's confirmed.
Oh, girl.
Checking the progress of our newest recruit. He'll be ready for a face before long. And what secrets doesn't he keep?
Building a machine. I think it's gonna make us stronger.
Dostoevsky.
Світло консервації. Ну, клієнти добраться куди быстро.
What'd you tell her?
Nothing, just lies.
Keep driving.
They found our safe house.
Alright, you guys, this was a good episode. The title truly speaks for itself. Promises. Promises made and promises so-called not kept. Seeing the beginning where it shows you what happened in the movie Captain Marvel from, what was it, 1995, I like that we get a little bit of a backstory. I'm always here for the backstory because it kind of helps the story along for me, know what's going on. And seeing, Talos and how eventually, Nick Fury met him and knowing about the Skrulls and all that and things of that nature. But then how it circa to 1997 showing them, first meeting Gravik. I kept wondering if we would see anything from his backstory to see where he came to be in the situation he's in. And it gives you just enough to understand how he truly feels when you see him being introduced to Nick Fury, and then how Talos speaks to the people, letting them know, we're allies, we want to work together. If you help me protect my people, I will help, you get a planet. And you see how some of them eventually gradually step forward to take that oath. And then you don't see Gravik do it, but he's kind of looking. But in the end, things, circa what, present day, did not bone well, but then more stuff is truly revealed. I like how in this one, of course, we see them laying to rest Maria Hill, her mother being upset because they won't really tell, but then she eventually hears from Nick and makes some comments. And I'll agree, you're upset and you're angry and you have every right, because you never want your child, your family member, friend, whatever, who's in this line of work, working, to protect us all, to be harmed and hurt. But in the end, like I said, in my little moment of rant, it's like, what your daughter signed up for. These things can happen on the job. And it's unfortunate at the price of her life is because this person wanted to get back at Fury. Being that he did explain a little bit, and you could tell it hurts him because he really was tight. If only so many people he can trust, really, and she was one of them. And this is so sad we're not going to see her anymore, Kobe Smulders. But I so enjoyed her character. But it definitely is going to put a fire under Fury to really deal with the situation, because it's just really not going to be good. And knowing now how Gravik feels, I will say this with Gravik, I understand as a child, he lost his parents, and then feeling a certain way, and then hearing Talos and Fury stand in front of you talking about they're going to be the reasons that they're going to be able to go to this new planet and somewhat have some sort of a life moving forward, and then things don't turn out like this. You find out that a lot of these Skrulls, Talos having to admit that they're living amongst them over, he's at 1 million. It's just like, trying to run away from the renegades and then end up being a part of us. And as they say, the longer you're on, this particular soul with Earth, hiding behind his face, just like Gaia said, it's kind of hard for you to know who's the Skrulls and who's not. And that's going to be very interesting from his standpoint, because he's just like, you can keep your promise, so now this is what I'm going to do. And in some ways, to me, honestly, like a child, like, you're upset, whatever. He doesn't care who he kills. It's just, casualties. Granted, of course, of what happened to his parents. Like, I lost my family and all that. I'm not really caring about the people on Earth, this and that, the other. He's trying to make his point and get out what he needs to. You see how certain faces are revealed. Even people, working for the president of the United States are meeting in a room, private room, prime ministers and all this, and people from NATO. I'm just like, oh, this goes, of course, hierarchy, just totally at the top. And seeing how one of them, she's like, no, when, we were going through what we're going through, I did not come to this point to get away, the ones who were trying to kill me, just to come out here and do this, whatever. I don't want no part. And I said it. I'm kudos to her, because she's like, no, I don't want really no part of this. And of course, grab it with this little smirk with and all. But I was like, I like how she's standing on her grounds, because I'm like, no, I'm not gonna play this little card. You have me out of it. They'll probably try to kill her or whatever and all. We might see that. Hopefully she doesn't. But at least I know that Talos still feel like he has some people in high places that he was able to have that discussion with her to let her know, grab it. He's really changed. When you first meet him, he's quiet, but the woman did say he's very smart. He learns quickly. Yes. And as time goes on, they might show another flashback of him a little bit older, when he finally takes, the form he took, to blend in, but I'm not going to jump the gun. This is enough for me to know that he was dead serious. As time went on, him feeling like that promise was not kept, and now I'm going to show you, since you didn't do this, again, like I stated before, now we're just going to take your planet. So setting up the stuff, doing what they did in Moscow, and of course, Rose having to come in and clean up the mess and all that. I love their conversation. You can see, you see the respect there, but it's like right now, Rose like, I got to come here and talk to these people, doing this as a courtesy, as he said. Like, we don't, like you're saying alleged, no, we both know, he was there, but it's like, got to play that card, and then saying that, in the end, you also knew, just like Talos, that there's been more than a little bit of Skrulls, living amongst us. Talking about 15 years ago, I was a part of this. And I'm just like, you gonna stand in front of him and he's telling you this, and you sitting there with your face out there having your little drink, and come to find out what he's saying to you truly is true, and you don't understand what he's saying because you were brought into this back then. But then you don't want to hear it. It's like you caused this mess. I understand that point too. People were children. So it's, I understand both their sides and all that, but it's just like you want him to work with him. But I like how Nick Fury was like, you wanted, me to do this, whatever, and all that. And Rose is like, oh, so I'm your boy, so I'm supposed to just turn a blind. And I really was like, you really went there? Like, are we doing this? He's like, and he did. And he was like, no, there's a car out there, whatever, and all that. But I like how he get that guy, like, don't manhandle me, bro. You think because I'm old and all, I got some grays on me, whatever, I can't hold my own. So it's like, I always like when they sneak that up on you, like about Fury, like don't second guess him. And even Rose is, and it's like, it's a lot more coming down the pipe. Even though you're trying to clean up this mess, it's like, we know this is set up. You know who Gravik is. It's like, why are we acting brand new? I will say this, I'm here for Sonya, how she came up in there and got what she needed. Hence, we saw that prior with Gaia looking on the computer, and she was able to cover herself with the new young guy who came in talking about he lowered a little bit, bringing all this up and all that to cover her tracks and all that, which is a good thing, because I said at least she's quick on her toes. I feel like she's learned enough. Whatever, Gravik like to think he's smarter than other people. She's just as smart. Definitely covering her tracks with certain instances. following the other guy to see what's going on. They have some sort of, I don't know, DNA here. But you see the young man, he admitted it. When she put that injection in him, whatever, like, you ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. I didn't give them nothing. As soon as she came in and she got what she needed. Some couple, and I'm trying to figure out what couple. And then him stating, he's, trying to create something, that'll make us stronger. And I'm like, good. She got enough of what she needed, and she'll figure it out. Gaia has the name of that listing, which had, I think, the name that he said. I'm having a brain moment, needless to say. But yes, just, okay. I'm feeling this because, Sonya's not here for any of the Skrulls, and also it's not like I could go to her and tell her what she knows, whatever, with the information on it, but she got enough that she was able to scheme that and get out of it real quick, just so she didn't get herself set up. But trust and believe me, Gravik is not stupid. He's probably watching the way she carries herself, how she acts, whatever, but she's just enough. Mind you, they did see each other, and they did lock eyes in that flashback, so she's not new to this, he's not new to this, so it's like, you're not dealing with a dummy either, brother. You like to think you can one-up her, but you forget Talos is her father, and she's been around a long time, enough to know how to pretty much play the game as well. So I'm kind of like this, two people, with strong, mindsets about things and all that. Not butting heads just yet, but, kind of, leery of both of each other, so you kind of, hesitant, have a little conversation here, this and that and other and all that, but yeah, she has to truly watch herself with him, because I'm gonna be honest with you, he don't trust nobody. Of course he has people who are like the woman should think he's like, this wouldn't be possible if it wasn't you, when he came back and they congratulated him, all the claps, but in the end, that brother's about himself. I don't think he truly cares about anything. Sometimes I don't think he truly cares about his people, but it's like, okay, so we'll see how that progresses. But that ending, seeing, Fury, have a little big space, because you already know he has his little moments of, he has places where he has things probably hidden, this and the other, and then you seeing, woman, Skrull just, cutting up some food, and he comes in home, and then you see him turn around with the face, and then she's like, you forgot something, and he put that ring on. I'm like, okay, Fury, there's a whole bunch of stuff, tell me what I don't know. I'm just going to use your own little statement. Like, really, bro? Okay. Because I'm remembering the movie, like, no, I never see you with no wife, and you hit. I'm like, okay. I hope on the next episode we get a little bit more of this and understanding this, how this came to be, but okay. So, like, really is an ally, up in here. Like, okay. That's all I'm going to say about that. But needless to say, truly did enjoy this episode. So with that said, you guys, comment below. Let me know what you think. And with that said, I'll see you guys in the next reaction. You guys take care.